The year is 476 AD. Odoacer, a Germanic chieftain, deposes the last Western Roman emperor Romulus Augustulus. For centuries this date has been seen as the fall of Rome, a dramatic end, civilization crumbling, libraries burning, a plunge into darkness. But history is rarely so simple. Rome's end was not sudden death but transformation. The structures of the Roman world, roads, laws, cities, remained. Roman roads still connected Europe, and Roman law shaped new kingdoms. The Christian church, once persecuted, now thrived. As emperors faded, bishops and the church preserved Roman culture and Latin learning. Monks copied ancient texts, keeping knowledge alive. The church became a thread of continuity, a beacon of order in chaos. The Western Roman Empire as a political entity ended, but the idea of Rome, its culture, laws and faith, endured. This was not the end of civilization, but the start of a new chapter. Roman traditions blended with Germanic cultures, giving birth to medieval Europe. The foundations were Roman, but the New World was dynamic and different. The so-called fall was really a handover, a transformation, not a collapse. The legacy of Rome was repurposed by new hands. Medieval Europe rose from Roman roots but became something entirely new. The end of Rome was the beginning of something greater. Rome didn't fall in a day. Its collapse was a slow decline, a perfect storm of internal decay and external pressure. Germanic tribes, Goths, Vandals, Franks, pressed the borders, driven by climate change, conflict, and the Huns. Inside, Rome suffered from weak leadership. A parade of short-lived emperors, civil wars, and instability. Economic troubles mounted. Wars drained the treasury, currency was devalued, and inflation soared. The tax system crushed small farmers who abandoned their land for protection, laying the groundwork for feudalism. Trade shrank, the economy withered, and local lords gained power. A weak economy meant a weak army. A weak army meant open borders. Invasions and instability fed a vicious cycle of decline. By the 5th century, the Western Empire was a hollow shell. The fall in 476 was just the final symptom. Power had already shifted to barbarian generals and local strongmen. The old order faded, making way for something new. As Roman Gaul dissolved, the Franks emerged, a confederation of Germanic tribes who knew Rome from within. Unlike others, the Franks came to stay, slowly taking over Roman cities and building a new kingdom on Roman foundations. Clovis, king of the Salian Franks, united his people through war and diplomacy, then conquered the last Roman and rival Germanic rulers in Gaul. Clovis's conversion to Catholic Christianity around 496 was a masterstroke, winning support from bishops and Gallo-Roman elites. Most Germanic rulers were Arian Christians, but Clovis embraced Catholicism, positioning himself as a protector of the true faith. The Frankish kingdom became a blend of Germanic and Roman traditions, warrior culture, Roman administration, Latin language. Frankish kings took Roman titles and emulated imperial grandeur. This fusion created a powerful, stable kingdom, Francia, that would dominate Western Europe. Under the Merovingians and later the Carolingians, the Franks laid the groundwork for France and Germany. Roman methods and Germanic energy combined to forge a new order. The Franks were not just conquerors but state builders. Their legacy shaped the future of Europe. Medieval Europe's roots ran deep in both Roman and Frankish soil. The Visigoths, once Rome's enemies, settled in Hispania and ruled for nearly 300 years. A small Germanic elite governed a larger Hispano-Roman population, divided by law and religion, Arian Visigoths, Catholic subjects. This divide made unity difficult, but in 589, King Ricard converted to Catholicism, uniting the kingdom under one faith. The monarchy and Catholic bishops forged a powerful alliance, blending cultures and erasing old divisions. Intermarriage and shared faith created a new Hispano-Gothic identity. The Visigoths' greatest legacy was legal. They merged Roman law with Germanic custom in the Visigothic Code. This code applied to all, Goth and Roman alike, and outlived the kingdom itself. The Visigoths built a sophisticated state on Roman foundations. Their laws influenced Spain for centuries after their fall. The Visigothic story is one of adaptation, fusion, and enduring legacy. They proved that even conquerors could become creators. The Lombards were the last major Germanic invaders of Italy, arriving in 568 and shattering the peninsula's unity. Initially, they ruled as outsiders, pagans or Arians, separate from the Catholic population and the papacy. Over time, the Lombards settled, farmed, and adopted Roman customs. Kings converted to Catholicism, seeking legitimacy and alliance with the Pope. They issued laws in Latin, blending Lombard and Roman traditions. By the 8th century, the Lombards were thoroughly Romanized, patrons of art and architecture. Their kingdom was conquered by Charlemagne, but their legacy endured in Lombardy and medieval Italy. The Lombards contributed to Italy's political and cultural development. They helped shape the complex tapestry of medieval Europe. Even conquerors became part of Rome's enduring story. The fall of Rome was a long, creative transformation, not a sudden collapse. Out of the ruins, a new order emerged, medieval Europe, built from Roman legacy, Germanic customs, and Christian faith. The Franks, Visigoths, and Lombards forged new kingdoms, blending old and new. Feudalism arose, power localized, based on land and loyalty, rooted in both Roman estates and Germanic bonds. The Church became Europe's backbone, uniting people across borders, preserving learning and crowning kings. Christianity provided a shared identity, Christendom, that transcended old divisions. Rome's legacy lived on in law, language, and infrastructure. The Germanic peoples brought new energy and leadership. The result was a vibrant, complex civilization, uniquely European. The heirs of Rome were not its destroyers, but its builders.